What's up, y'all? You are now watching Tuned In at 12:01. I'm your host, JQ, like always. And today we have a special guest. Today we have Raneshia.
You have the choice of whether or not you respond to the things that go on, how you respond to the things that go on in your environment.
Right.
Because I used to try to talk about therapy and all those things to men, and they would overlook all that, and they're like, "No, but you look good, but that ass though." Like, yeah, I need therapy, but that ass though. And it's like, damn,
That's
okay.
what's wrong with you, though.
That's what's wrong with you.
So I'm gonna let you introduce yourself.
Okay.
Tell them who you are, where you from, and what you do.
Okay, my name is Raneshia. I am from South Memphis, and I would like to consider myself a creator, and I just live life for a living.
That's crazy, because when I was thinking about you, I was like, how could I describe what she do? And her best is live life. Like,
Literally.
you live your best life.
Yes.
And I really love that.
Thank you.
What school did you go to, like, here in Memphis?
I went to Central High School. I graduated
Okay.
from Central. And from there, I went to TSU briefly. I didn't finish, but I did my best, okay? I did my best.
It's not for everybody. Is that how you feel?
It was an experience.
Yeah.
I met a lot of great people, great friends, and it was an experience.
Yeah.
It was cool.
We gonna touch on a few different things. Today might be a little different. I'm not gonna ask as many like interview based questions, but we're gonna get to know her because I know y'all intrigued. Look at the material. But so like I said, what I take away from your social media is that you live your best life. You do have great content. So what kind of led you into like, I'm taking care of myself? Because I feel like you are very spiritual. You take care of yourself as a holistic being, like mind and soul, body. What led you to that?
I consider it balance in the sense of I'm just this person that always consider other people naturally. So it's like, maybe you should just really start pouring into you and let how you live be a return of how you pour into you. And just to be an inspiration.
Yeah.
And I think when I was younger, I used to always be considered so shy or like quiet. And as I got older, I'm like, you're not shy. Like, you're not quiet. You are not any of those things that people put on. Maybe I didn't talk because I just observe. I'm an observer. That's the main thing.
Okay.
But it's like I keep growing and like I experience different people in different environments. It's like, girl, you better show up and speak up.
Yeah.
That's been the main thing, learning to speak up.
You're good at showcasing your personality on social media, I feel like, or making people want to like gravitate, figure out who you are, you know, what you got going. But well, let's start off. We already got some Gladys wine in our cups, but shout out to my sponsors, Gladys Wine. We drinking the Cuvée, my favorite.
It's really good.
Cheers.
Cheers. I like that.
Oh yeah. Okay, and this on my mind. So yeah, you had your content, but when I first followed you, which is probably about, look, what I just told her, some of my homeboys was coming up to me, they was like, oh, it's this fine ass girl up in Crew Line, you know, I gotta find a girl. I'm like, who is the girl? I gotta find a girl, right? And so ironically, I ended up coming across her page, and at the time you had a link tree to like all the things you had going, and you had like an academy, right? What was that about?
So basically, it was like a curriculum. Instead of simple, how do I
What
explain
was it called?
Player Academy.
Player Academy, period.
Player Academy, which is just teaching people how to be themselves. Honestly, that was
This was Player.
Yeah, this was Player.
Yeah.
And people would like reach out all the time, or like just ask different things. And for me, it all boils down to really being yourself, no matter what that looks like. To other people, no matter what it feels like.
Right.
I can say, as long as you are like super confident in yourself, you can do whatever you want to do. Like, it's not hard, I would say. People make it out like it's such this big secret or it's this big thing, but from observation, a lot of different people in like spaces will sell a dream to people or make it seem like, oh, you got to do this, and you got to do that, and you got to... It's not that deep. It's really like self-acceptance and being yourself.
Selling yourself.
Yeah.
What if the secret sauce was really to be yourself?
It's
I feel like
that's
a lot
what
of
it
people
boils
don't
down
get
to.
that.
And I want to say that you got to be open to receive. How do I explain? You got to be open to receive the resources. I think that's
The help?
Yes, the help.
Okay.
You know, like whatever people put out, you pick it up and you do with it what you need to do. But nobody can tell you what to do with, or they can't make you understand. And that's what Play Academy is about. It's like, okay, yeah, you see how I'm living, you see how I'm showing up, you see what I talk about, how I move. That's just because I'm being me. And that's all stems from where I was raised, my experiences, and all those things. So it's basically turning your experiences into your best self. Yeah. Trauma to triumph.
Ooh.
Yes.
That's a good one, girl.
Trauma to triumph. I coined that. Like in my mind, I'm like, damn, this shit, it's been ugly, but I can make it pretty.
And you, so you grew up in South Memphis, being a Memphis native, but you have lived in other places, which, I don't know, personally, I would like to say a lot of Memphis people don't get to experience life outside of Memphis, especially for an extended time. So, like, how did your upbringing here, like, affect who you have become now?
So, again, I'm from South Memphis. Yeah. So I've seen some things, you know, like I experienced some things, and I won't say I came from poverty, like my family was impoverished, but it was more so like a poverty-stricken mindset. So it's like they will always be in a scarcity space. Like they would think, oh, you know, I don't got enough, or it's hard to achieve certain things. So for me, once I left and I went to college, I got a little more freedom. I got to see a little more, you know, I got to meet different people. Like I got friends from Chicago, some of my greatest friends. I got friends from a bunch of different places. Yeah. And it was like, okay, I'm getting to, you know, feel other people out, you know, like get to see other people, because before that I didn't go outside of Memphis before I left to go to college. And I had no plans on going to college. That's the crazy part. I did everything like it's like something just came to me, and my best friend, we got together, I was like, we're gonna go to college. I was like, yeah girl, we're gonna go to college. We applied, we did everything together. Yes, it was like, okay, well, let's do it. So we get to school, and it was like, damn, for a minute I was homesick. Like, I was coming to Memphis like every weekend. And then once I started meeting more people, I'm like, what am I going there for when my people are here? Like, I don't have a reason to go to Memphis. Literally. So from there, it was just like this constant thing of like detaching from Memphis, or like this Memphis mentality that I had adapted to. And it was like, okay, you can do this. Yeah. And from there, it was like, shit, hey, I done came a little 3 hours, a little 2.5, 3 hours. I'm gonna go further. Yeah. And then the next one, I'm gonna go further. So, you know.
That's funny, because you said you met a lot of Chicago friends. A lot of Chicago people end up in Nashville or in Memphis. Like,
definitely Nashville.
It's like or Mississippi somewhere. It's like that little pipeline right there is very well connected. But that's so dope that, you know, you got to like get away from it, because I feel like people, when they get stuck, like they stuck in the mud, and it's like it takes so much to make you realize what you seeing is what you can be, and you can do that too.
And I think that contributed too to how I show up, like just to show people you can get outside of this and really live life. Like you can get outside of this and you don't know where it's gonna take you, but it's not here. Shit.
Right. Look, okay. So I got this post from you from 2020, and it says, "I'm my best when I don't give a fuck." So do you know, like, okay, you remember what you was doing when you dropped that tweet? Where you was mentally, where you was physically?
What was the month?
July 17, 2020.
Ooh. That was right before I moved to Memphis. Yeah, that was pandemic. That was right before I moved back to Memphis. That was when a huge shift was occurring in my life. Okay. And I was like, damn, I'm finding myself just being consumed or letting it consume me so much. So it's like, damn, I'm feeling drained. Maybe I should just relax, and, you know, I should just let things play out as they should. Yeah. And again, that's when I started to like actually vent privately, in the sense of, you know, like recording myself talking, like doing a little, you know, I was just recording myself. And I'm like, damn, I like this. Like, this feels good.
Which leads into, so you are rebranding your podcast that you started in 2020, right?
Yes.
And it's called
Tink and Grow Rich. Yes. And it's the story behind the name Tink
Give it to us.
Let me give it to you. So, I lived in Atlanta, what was this, last year? Mm-hmm. It was like last year before last. I stayed there a year. Okay. And I'm like, okay, I'm in a new space. I'm in this new city, new state, blah, blah, blah. I need to, I think somebody like asked me like, what was my name? And me and my cousin, we was talking, and I was like, okay, this is my nickname. And then she had her nickname. And I just ran with it. So this guy, he asked me, he was like, you know, like, what's your name? And I was like, Tink. And he was like, oh, okay. So from there, I just became Tink. It's like I coined this identity of Tink. Okay. And to me, Tink was just this person where you only gonna come by me every so often. Like, you're not gonna see me everywhere. You're not gonna, it's very rare that you're gonna see me. But at the same time, you don't really, I'm not gonna say I didn't want people to know anything about me because I ain't got nothing to hide. But it's like, it's a new identity. So, and it was fun. Like, I don't know how to fully explain it, but it was really fun.
In Atlanta, that'll do it to you.
Yeah, I had some adventures in Atlanta. Oh my God, I've had some adventures.
I got ran out of Atlanta.
Oh, how?
Because after college, I went too soon. Yeah. I went too early. But right after college, I went there and I was working in the lounges and clubs and shit. I met this African like you always do in Atlanta.
Oh my God. Why you meet an African?
Because he was talking right. But look, so he was like, I send you so much money. You come to Dubai with me. I pay for passport. I'm like, okay. Cool. So I tell my homeboys in Atlanta about it. They was like, bitch, you better not go with him. So I took his money and I just never seen him again. Like, and he gave me some money. And so I was like, this ain't it. Like, I felt like Atlanta was very smoke and mirrors. The club scene was like fucking with my mental. Like, when you like come from a good space or whatever, and everybody out there is like survival of the fittest.
Most definitely. Because that's one of the reasons why I left, I believe. It's like, I was a little too nice, like a little too sweet, a little too like vulnerable. And I don't say it in a bad way, but I feel like when you are a good person and you're surrounded by fucking wolves, they will eat you alive if you let them. Like, if you don't have the discernment to operate in rooms of people who just really don't got it here and here, they will eat you alive.
Not pure intentions. That's how I felt. I was like, I'm too pure for this. Like, if I stay here, I'm gonna be a whole different person. Yeah, I'm gonna be a whole different person. So I was like, it's time to go on back and see what I can do.
Yes.
I couldn't.
Atlanta was an experience for sure. But I did meet a lot of great people there and made a lot of great connections to where I don't have to be there to utilize those connections or those relationships.
Same, I agree. I do still have really good connections in Atlanta, and I appreciate that. You know?
Yes.
But you touched on balance, and then we're going to get away from the questions and start having discussion. But what does balance mean to you?
I'm a Libra.
Oh, my God. That's crazy. That makes so much sense.
I'm a Libra sun, and I don't try to get, like, too much into astrology because I just feel like it's kind of just really like a peak of people. Like, it's like a foreshadowing of people, kind of. I don't attach to those traits, but I resonate heavily with those traits. Yeah. So I'm a Libra, but I'm a Sagittarius rising, so I feel like it's kind of like literally, it's all love and light, and it's like, I'm with the shit too. Like, don't play with me.
I'm a Sag.
I'm a Sag. Some of my great friends are Sagittarius.
Sagittarius are good people.
Yes, they are. And I can say I'm a Sag because I'm a Sagittarius rising.
Have you ever dated a Sag man?
One.
And what was
we didn't date. We were good friends.
Yes.
But he may see this. So I don't mind saying this. I really don't mind saying this. That was like one of the best experiences I never had. But I understand that me and him was just supposed to be friends. Like, you know, like,
so you didn't want nothing more.
I think it was a mutual. I think I had that fantasy in my head in the beginning, but as we like, you know, grew to know each other a little more, it was like, oh, you know, like I fuck with you, and it was like I fuck with you too, and we da. But we just different places in our lives.
It's
like,
better
you know,
to be their friends.
Yeah, it's better. I like us better as friends. Like, I wouldn't see myself, me and him, like being in a romantic relationship, even though, you know, like we have had like romantic like gestures and times, but it's like, nah, we cool as friends. I like that.
Yeah, Sagittarius are, Libras are good too. I love Libras. You gotta have a Libra in the friend group. I feel like because they bring the fun and they just like chill, but they know when to turn up. Like I love a good Libra.
Yeah, it's balance, baby.
It's the balance for sure. Okay, so we're gonna go into a game and then we'll go to discussion.
Okay.
So we're gonna play Fuck, Marry, Kill.
Okay. Ooh.
We haven't played that here yet, y'all. So, all right, you're gonna. Okay, I'm gonna give you 3 people.
Okay.
And you're gonna write on the board.
First, before we a little preface, are these people like regular people like you and I, or I mean, I feel like everybody regular people, but you know,
These not people down the street.
Okay. Good.
All right. So yeah, you're gonna give me the first person that you would fuck, the one that you would marry, the one that you would kill.
Okay.
All right. Barack Obama.
Kill.
Damn. Let me get Barack Obama, Trump, Bill Clinton.
Damn. Kill Barack.
Damn.
No. Pause. I want to kill Clinton.
They already killed him, girl.
True. Who did the most? Who did black people the worst? Now, I would marry Trump.
Me too.
Smart businessman.
Businessman.
Definitely, I would marry Trump. I would. Ooh, I kind of want to fuck Barack because he's black. But I'll fuck Barack and kill Clinton. Okay, yeah.
I can see that. That's a good one.
Yeah.
All right, next one.
Okay.
Fuck, marry, kill. Plies. Young Thug. Drake.
I would marry Drake. Creative, you know, business, whatever. I would fuck Thug, kill Plies.
Why would you kill Plies?
His voice is fucking irritating.
He's so funny to me.
He is, but his voice is irritating. Like,
couldn't deal with it.
I was just telling my mama this other day. Oh my God, it's crazy we brought him up. I was like, that little squeaky high tone, I don't like that. As a man, simmer down. Like, relax.
I agree. But I fuck with Plies. He's so fucking funny.
He is funny sometimes. I ain't gonna lie.
I feel like I would have to
He
freak
funny.
him.
Yeah.
Just give one time. All right. Last one.
Okay.
Last one. Should I do women?
Hey, I told you, follow your heart.
Okay. Let's do women.
Okay.
Kim Kardashian. Sexy Red. Lori Harvey.
Ooh.
Those were good bad bitches right there.
I ain't gonna say don't judge because I really don't care.
Okay.
But kill Sexy Red.
Okay.
Marry Kim. Fuck Lori.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I like that.
I couldn't see it no other way, honestly.
I agree. That's, yeah. Damn, Sexy Red.
Sorry, she's just a
You don't
little
know how to act.
Yeah, she ain't. I ain't gonna say that. It's just a little too much for me. It's like,
Simmer down.
just a little. Have a little discernment.
Okay. The next game we're going to do is
Okay.
a trivia game.
Okay.
So you'll write the answer for me. First question.
Okay.
What happened on
Oh God.
9/11/01?
I was gonna. I just write it right.
Yep.
You ready for my answer?
Yep, go.
Oh wait, fix the W a little.
Twin Towers Bush. Show it. That is correct.
Okay.
That's correct.
Okay.
Okay. Next one. Let me see. Are you a show person? You watch shows?
Kinda, sorta.
Movies?
I'm really a show and movie. No TV though.
Who directed the
Oh,
show
goddamn.
Insecure?
Ooh,
What's that person's name? Correct.
Lucky for me, I just watched this show all the way through and through.
Because it's on Netflix now.
And it changed my life.
Yes. A great show. Make sure y'all watch Insecure if y'all haven't
Yes.
watched it yet. Because
It's
it's
like-
really good.
It's like the modern day Girlfriends, a much better depiction.
Did you watch Harlem?
No.
Gotta watch that.
I watched
You'll love
it.
it.
I love a good show.
Yeah. Last question. What's Kiki Palmer baby daddy name?
God damn. I know his first name, I think. I could be wrong.
That is correct.
Ooh! Hey, I'm a photographic memory. Like, I can memorize a lot of things. All I gotta do is see it once, and I remember it.
Same, I'm like that too. But you know what's interesting about him
What?
is that his brother is the tall, light-skinned dude in Insecure.
The one that Molly was fucking with? Damn!
That's his brother.
That's interesting.
Mhm.
So, does he act at all? Or he just...
I think he's just there.
He just the brother?
Yeah,
Oh.
he's just there. All right.
Darius. But no, what was his full name?
I think it's Darius.
Did
I
you
want to
start
say
with a B?
Darius Hamilton. I don't know.
Yes, Darius Hamilton.
Is it Hamilton?
Yes, that was his name.
I
Darius
think
Hamilton.
I'm telling you, all I
I knew I
gotta do is
remember
see it
that
one
first
time.
name, but I didn't remember the whole name.
Yeah, he was out of pocket.
Out of pocket. How dare you? I have an experience similar to that though, honestly.
Really? Okay, well that's gonna lead into discussion. So we're gonna go into discussion from here. So, like I said, I have been looking through your stuff or whatever, and you touched on, and like I said, you're a beautiful person from just what I get from you, inside and out, right? So, you talked about men approaching you from their lower godly self. How can you tell the difference, or what's that like to you? How can you tell?
So for me, and from experience,
Yeah.
I only speak from experience. I feel like this is a disclaimer that I give out a lot because I'm not trying to make what I say factual,
For
but
you.
again, from experience, with tapping into my higher godly self. When people are operate from their low God self, and men specifically, they are very insecure. They're very they project a lot of things onto you. Like they sexualize you. All those things. So men, anytime a man approached me with a sexual gesture or put emphasis on anything sexual, I give zero energy to it because
Right.
who you think you're talking to?
Right.
That's my first thought in my mind. Who you think you're talking to? And it gives middle school. You know how in middle school you would say some little sneaky shit, or you would say some little, you don't really know how to flirt, so you would just say whatever feels convenient at the
Right.
moment. It's like that. Men that anytime they talk about sex, they feel intimidated by a statement that doesn't apply to them. Men that just lack confidence.
Yeah. And this could be anybody that's not even trying to date you, right? Because like I said, I looked through
Yes.
your lives and you were talking, and one guy was like, "Oh, you're way too confident," and I was like,
Yes.
"Niggas really say shit like
It's strange
this."
to me because the energy that you put out to tell me that I'm too confident, you could have gave it to yourself, boo.
To be confident.
And amped yourself up and, boosted yourself up.
Mhm.
But it's I don't know, men these days, and that sounds so cliche to say men these days, but it's
Well, do you think social media has messed up?
absolutely 100%.
Yeah.
I think people are too accessible.
Right.
Women, what we present, what we put out, it's too easily accessible. When we didn't have social media or when we weren't this tech savvy, people had to literally bump into people.
Come up to you.
Yeah, it's I mean you genuinely. I mean you organically in person. It's not forced. It's not I see what you look like physically, so I'm gonna approach you. Because men, they'll see something you look good. And they'll approach you just based off that, your physical appearance. But when you get to talking that shit to them, and you get you show that you know some things and you're a little aware, they're like, oh hell no, I gotta simmer her down a little bit.
Cause she's too smart.
And I'm not that girl.
Yeah.
I'm not that. And it's crazy because in dating, I've met a lot of men who are very smart. They're real powerful, all these things, but they like women that don't talk. And I know when and when not. Again, that goes back to balance. I know when and when not, but it's at the same time, I'm just not a quiet girl, you know, like where I just sit back and look pretty. And a lot of people told me that, like on Instagram, like men would just hit me up and say, "You look better with your mouth closed."
No.
And you just be quiet and look pretty.
I haven't gotten that one yet, but
like, damn,
that's so annoying to me, because it's like,
low.
yeah, social media has done a lot, but to me it's like, would you be willing to even approach me in real life? Now it's so easy that you could just send me a message. That's wild to
That
me.
you know 9 times out of 10 when I get seen. That's the thing too. A lot of people say shit because they know you're not gonna respond to it. So it's like, shit, even if you do see it, I'm gonna get your attention. Whether I'm being negative, most likely negative.
That's gonna get it.
But again, it goes back to me. I choose to what I respond to. So, you know, it's just like, if you operating from, you trying to humble me, give me a little humble pie, baby. Life humbled me early on. You can't, it's no going back to that.
And earlier you was talking about how when you was younger, you was quiet. Like, I agree. I probably wasn't the type that would like speak my mind as much when I was younger. But now it's like, you gonna know what I do like, what I don't like. These my boundaries, like nothing. And I feel like, why am I like hindering myself by not speaking up?
Exactly.
And why is that the type of woman that you would like?
Because I like to be in control.
Well, bitch, when the waiter come to the table and your shit is fucked up, don't you want them to say something?
Because are you gonna speak up for yourself?
No, probably not.
And you know what's so crazy? I'm like really unproblematic. Like I always tell like my friends, or if I'm out with somebody and something wrong, they get to complain. I'm like, just relax. You know, it's okay. Like we human, da da da. But no, I had to start telling myself, call shit out for what it is. Because if you don't, people think it's okay.
Yeah.
And you'll think it's okay when you come across certain people and experiences, be like, oh, it's okay. They just human. Or they don't know no better. I was giving that type of satisfaction to people. And I'm like, you do know better. You're just choosing not to do better. Like you like the negative attention better than you like the positive attention.
I feel like that goes into mental health too. Like
Absolutely.
we blame stuff on, oh well, I'm bipolar. You are still very well, oh well, I blacked out so I acted like this.
Absolutely.
Oh, I was drunk so I acted like
Absolutely.
So you telling me right now you weren't aware of yourself. And the person that says they not aware, I really don't want to fuck with you.
Exactly.
Because I don't care what space I'm in, how depressed I am, sad, mad, drunk. Like, I always know what's going on. If I don't, I'm going to go to sleep.
Yep.
So nothing can go on.
And you know, the reason why I started like my podcast, because I changed names a couple times, but initially it was after the passing of my brother. So for me, it was like, okay, I want to share a way for people to grieve and let people know that your life is literally the consequences of your choices.
Yeah.
Whether that, like, if you're angry, if you're choosing to be angry, if you're choosing to be hurt. Because for me, like, life after that was, okay, do I stay stuck in this grief? Like, do I operate out of this hurt? Or do I choose to make this something better? You know, like, do I choose this to level me up on a personal level? And then I just share that with other people. Because, again, coming from Memphis, we lost friends early on, like, when we was younger. You know, like, it's just a violence, like, energy or mentality. So you have the choice of whether or not you respond to the things that go on, how you respond to the things that go on in your environment. Because I used to try to talk about therapy and all those things to men, and they would overlook all that, and they're like, nah, but you look good, but that ass though. Like, yeah, I need therapy, but that ass though. And it's like, damn,
That's what's wrong with you though.
That's what's wrong with you. Because you ain't even got that part together, so you can't even accept and be receptive of the real life shit. Because you focus on the wrong thing.
Yeah.
And that's even going and trying to be some type of inspiration, no matter on what scale it is, whether it's a little bit or a lot. You know, like, you never know what impact you have on people. So that's why I choose to show up how I show up. Because it's like, damn, maybe you're not feeling your best. But I'm feeling my best. And hopefully this inspires you to feel your best a little bit in some kind of way. Because if you, like, get so stuck in the dark, like, that shit will consume you. But people don't understand. It's balance. Again, going back to that. Like, that's how I probably... The dark cannot exist without the light. The light can't exist without the dark. I couldn't be this happy if I didn't go through shit that tried to dim my light, you know? So it's all about willpower. Do you want to live a good life? Do you want to experience nice things? Do you want to really fully be who you're supposed to be? It's choice.
Yeah, it is. Every time. Everything is a choice. And so the next topic we're going to go into is, like you stated previously, inspiration over intimidation. And so how do you, like, handle that, not just as like somebody that might be pursued a lot, or people see you living this cool life, but like just as like a friend, as a daughter, as you know, because it can go any kind of way with intimidation.
Yes.
But how many people look at you and like, oh, I'm inspired by that. Like, so what's that like for you?
It's interesting because it's like, damn, I feel like once you develop this level of discernment, you can determine like, okay, this person is inspired by what I do, and this person is intimidated. But with that, I feel like when you're trying to introduce somebody to something that's so new to them, they're gonna be intimidated off it, because in their mind you think you know it all. Like, you think you got all the answers, you think you better than me, you think all these things, and it's like, no, I'm literally embodying this, embodying this energy, and you have the choice on how you see this. Like, you can look at me and say, oh, she thinks she better than anybody, or she thinks she better than me. Or you can say, I like that, I want to adopt some of these habits or some of these energies or some of these things. Like, I don't mind taking it on to make me better, but sometimes ego supersedes all that. And it's like people will say, nah, I'm good how I am. Like, but again, some people are so far gone that they can't even be open to say, I want to change. Like, change is something that's like, it's like I don't know how to explain it. I listen to this podcast every Sunday.
What's it called?
Agape Spiritual Center.
Okay.
The person who hosts, his name is Reverend Lee, and he's based in Dallas.
Oh.
I don't know how I came across him. Or you know what? I do know how I came across him. Somebody posted him on Instagram years ago. And the last one that he spoke about, or a previous one, was how you can't force people to change. So that showed me how, like, okay, this person is either going to be standoffish and like push this away, or they're going to be open to receive it when it's time for them to receive. That's another thing too, being considerate. Maybe it's just not your time for this, and that's okay. But don't knock it, like, because I'm doing this, like, don't knock my experience. It's like, okay, I love that for you. That's the thing.
Does it ever hurt to come across people that just don't get it when you want them to get it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All the time. Every day. I ain't gonna say all the time. Every day. I come across it, because when it comes to family, you get to realizing that the reason why you're at a certain point, like mentally and spiritually, is because maybe they couldn't get to this point. So you got to just be it and keep on moving. And I had to just tell myself that recently, like, just do it and let them see it. And not to prove anything to them, but just embody this and let them choose what they do with it. But it hurt, honestly. I don't lie, because for me, I want for me what I want for, like, I want for other people what I want for myself. If that makes sense. Like, if I want good things to happen for me and to me and all these things, I want the same for the next person. I don't have to know you. And a lot of people, like, I used to tell people I love them all the time. I didn't know them, but I would tell them I love them. They're like, you don't even know me like that. I'm like, I love me. So if I love me, I love you.
Yes, just what I told you. Like, hurt people. Like, I can't expect you to like me when you don't even like yourself. But I love me. So yeah, when I see my homegirls, love you, bye. I be like, even homeboys that I am cool with, I'm like, all right, I love you. Like, don't forget it. Like, I want you to know it. And it's like, sometimes we don't even realize people never even heard that. So it's like, they kind of like, you love me. It's not. It's just genuine agape love. Like, for real, it's just genuine love. So that's, to me, it's like, how do I explain it? It is hard, it hurts, but I've gotten to a place and I love it, and a lot of people say they respect it. It's like, if you're not on the time I'm on, I can't even like around. I got to move around. And
that's why I'm at with it.
Recently I was talking to this guy and I was like, dang, I want you to be what I want you to be so bad. You not gonna be that. I don't block people. I had to block him. I was like, that's discernment. You're not gonna be that. I gotta go ahead and move around from you.
Absolutely. It goes back into, even we was talking about my previous job. I just knew that in that environment, if I'm practicing something, I can't go into an environment that goes against the things that I practice. Like, the things that I do outside of that place, because eventually I'm gonna have to step back into this place. So it's like, yeah, the money cool. Like, I fucks with the money. But shit, I'm the money. At the end of the day, it's like, damn, how I'm gonna get the money if I ain't right? You know, like, how am I gonna really enjoy it? Or how's the money that's for me gonna find me if I can't show up exactly, you know, so it can recognize me?
How I am.
But money is a resource, and that's why I have no problem letting go of jobs, because it's a job, and that's not my thing. I don't dream of labor or just working for somebody else. I'm the money.
Yeah.
And once you adopt that, it's like, okay.
I was just talking to my mom about that, or people just in general, because I've been applying for new jobs. Like, I don't care if I've been there 3 months, 6 months, bitch. If this check is bigger over here, I'm going over here. Like,
where the money resides.
Because they don't give a fuck about me if something happened to me tomorrow.
Yep.
And I was like, they make it so hard to find a job, and it's like, why am I like investing time into you when I feel like I am the one?
You're the catch.
Why would I make you richer and I'm the one? Let's go into age as far as working in the lounges or the bars. Like, when is the cutoff for that? Obviously, we both done that. We know that lifestyle is good money, but it's like, it's not, let's be real, it's not a legit career unless you made it your own.
So I'm gonna be brutally honest.
Go ahead.
I was in California one time, and I met a bartender, and you could tell she's been a bartender for a long time, and she was saying how she bought a house just by bartending. I'm like, damn, I respect that. Like, I fucks with that, and that showed me no matter what you do, again, if you enjoy it, if you are happy to do this, the money the money is there. Like, you just gotta show up and enjoy doing it.
Yeah.
So as far as in proximity, let me put that word on pause.
Okay.
In Memphis, or even Nashville, because that's the only times I worked like in a lounge, and I live in Nashville and Memphis. So we see all these like people that are able to do a lot of things with working in these environments because they make a whole lot of money
Real fast.
We are in a smaller city, meaning people are not spending as much money as they would spend in these bigger cities and bigger places. It's all about proximity. If you want to get all the money, you gotta go where the rich people at, where the people who have a better relationship with money. Because again, in here where we are, it's like, damn, it's scarcity. You know, you thinking like, maybe I shouldn't be out right now. And working in the nightlife, I came across a lot of people like they really couldn't even pay their tab. No, in my mind, I'm thinking, why are you out? Honestly, like, why are you out?
And that makes a server so mad, because it's like.
But that's another place where I learned how to have compassion and grace for people, is because, damn, like, I'm not gonna knock you for this because I don't know what you're going through. I don't know what maybe you really needed this. Like, it's many people I would pay the rest of their tab if they come pay it. I'll pay the rest of it. Now, not too much.
Yeah.
Not too much. But you know, like a couple dollars, I'm like, man, fuck it. I just pay it because you holding me up and you stopping my flow, and I don't want you to be embarrassed, so I'll just pay it. But it's like, damn, I'm not gonna say it's an age that you should stop working in that environment. It's like, if I am to work in this environment, I want the most, not the lesser.
Yes.
That's what I go for in any situation, especially where it comes to making my money. I'm doing things that benefit me the most.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, a little money cool, you know, like the easy little fast, it's cool. But if I know in my mind I can have $1,000 night, fuck $1,000, $2,000 night somewhere else, I'm gonna go where the money resides.
Yes,
like,
every time.
Yes.
Every time. And so I'm like applying for new jobs right now because I'm like, I want some more money and I need benefits because we're not gonna get that in the lounge, you know. But somebody was like, yeah, you have like. You job hop a lot. I don't give a fuck because I need to pay for what I want to do.
You just know how to adapt and adjust. You go according to what works for you.
You can put me anywhere and I'm going to get the job done. Now, when the job is up for me, I got to go.
And you know when. That's the thing. But a lot of people don't be knowing when. They get comfortable. And I think I pride myself, and I don't say pride in like a, you know, boastful, ego, like a boastful way. It's like I pride myself on knowing when to get the fuck. Like when to skedaddle.
I feel
because my mama, she been in her jobs for a long time, a really, really long time. And when my brother passed, it like kind of brought up something that for me, and it's like, damn, I can't believe she don't even see it. But when my brother passed, they came to my mama's job to tell her. So she had to process this news of her child passing at her job.
And she stayed at work?
Still go there.
She stayed at work?
No, she left that day.
Okay.
And she was probably off for like she had to be off like, not long, probably like a month or two or something like that, within 1 to 3 months. But still to this day, you go back in there. And again, I commend her for that because, you know, maybe that's helping you heal. But it's just like, damn, we replaceable at corporate jobs.
Yeah.
We're just a number. So that's why I never felt bad. When I worked in Nashville, I had some good ass jobs. I worked at Enterprise. I worked at the nice ass hotel. And I was out. When it was time for me to be out, I was out. If I couldn't really be me, and I ain't gonna say be me as in like being rebellious and going against their rules, but I would never forget. In both like them two like higher up jobs, Enterprise, and I can talk about this now because it was never a case or nothing like that. But man, I emailed everybody, the district manager, everybody, and I told them some things that was going on because I'm like, oh, y'all want to play? Cool. So once I did that, one day I had like a 5 a.m. shift. I was up. It was no cars out. I fell asleep for like 5 minutes. And one of the dudes that I like wrote in the email, he tapped on the window. He was like, you got to wake up. After that, I said, I'm out. I know they finna fire me because they like, girl, bitch, you done became a liability at this point because you got too much dirt on us. I was like, damn, okay, I'll take that L. That's cool. Because the perks was amazing. That's why I was there. Yeah. I love the job. I love the benefits. So. Yes. I'm renting a car for $20. Come on now. What?
And that's what's so funny is that you really think you a liability, but every time you an asset, because they really don't want to get rid of us. Yeah. It's like you want me to sit here and be an idiot and slave.
How bad my email was, I think I talked like I had too much sense. They like, we gotta get her the fuck up out of here because if we don't, she's gonna be a problem.
But so tell us what's next for you. Because I'm so excited about your podcast. I love it for you, the rebrand. Yes. What's up with that?
I'm so excited about this rebrand. And again, I apply this to like all aspects of my life. You can rebrand at any time of your life. If that's not working for you, try again. Yeah. You know? And now, like, what I'm stepping into is, like, more visual and connecting and creating because that's where I'm at. Yeah. And that's how I intend to move forward in all my relationships. And, you know, any opportunities is to merely connect, create, elevate, honestly, and inspire people. Yes. Because you got to think, like, the resources are out there. The people are out there. It's like you just have to really put yourself out there. So, for me, I like to be the bridge, if that makes sense. Like, I like to be the person that, even if it does not benefit me and it can benefit somebody else, I'm that girl. Like, I'm a person that I want you to win. I don't have to be a part of that. Like, if it's for you, obviously it's going to be for you. If it was for me, it'll be for me. But obviously, it's for you, and I want that, you know? So
that's why I started my podcast. Like, my first episode, I was like, I'm just here to bridge the gap. Yes. I know so many different people. You might not know this person, but you and this person can come together and do something great. And, bitch, don't forget me when you do it. But, yeah, that's our job. And I feel like Memphis was lacking some type of media from... modern day media, but like from females too.
Beautiful black women.
I was so excited. I was like, yeah, this the one. Like, because, and I know people was thinking that about mine. It's like, we need this. So I'm absolutely proud of you. Like, I'm
proud of you too. Yeah, I'm so happy to be here, honestly. Good. I'm so happy to be here because even just not knowing what to expect, I like to go into things without like no type of expectation and just flow with it. I feel really good, and any interaction that I have with somebody else, it's like, damn, I look at it like, you really helping me. You know, like, you're helping me get more comfortable, like, you're helping me to speak more and be more transparent, and, you know, like,
because I had never seen no visuals from you, so I was like, come on this podcast, girl, because, like, I tell women that I met, they're like, oh, I want to start a podcast. I'm like, well, come on mine first, you know, see what's up, see how you feel in front of the camera.
I appreciate you.
Yes, every time. But this is for you. This is your lane for sure. So stick with it, and
thank you.
Don't stop again.
Yes, I'm not stopping again. Yeah. This little, you dig, that was my last pit stop. Yeah. But from here, it's only up. Yeah. And I had to adapt to their mindset. Like, okay, girl, you know what you got to do. Don't deny it, and, you know, show up. That's what it's really all about, showing up.
Even
like, I learned a lot. Yes. But I ain't gonna lie, though. I be resting. That's one of my problems too. Like, if I feel the need to rest, but again, I had to adopt that from like, you know, my grandma, my mama. They like on the go women. They move. But rest allows me to create better. Like, it allows me to show up better because if I'm tired, it's like, damn, I can't really be me. It's like you want to get the best of me if I'm feeling like low or I'm just like feeling exhausted. So I prioritize rest. That's one of the best things I've done for myself within the past couple years since I started my podcast, learning how to rest. So I've been a teacher and I majored in early child development, girl. I've been a teacher way before I even got the little credentials. And it's like, damn, I see people that's been teachers for 20 years. I
can't give you that much of my time.
I can't give you that much of me.
I can't. And I look at my parents and I'm like, y'all just now retiring Netta. I can't do it. I can't. And I got to figure out how to make sure I don't do it.
So you just know how to move accordingly. You know, like you like, we ain't repeating that. I'm going to show you how to do this with ease and grace.
What's for me is for me. But working to make somebody else. And I don't want to be rich. I want to be wealthy. It's a difference to me.
Oh, I'm seeing this book. I'm going to wait till, like, after the show, I'm going to send you a book.
Tell everybody where they can find you at.
Yes. Okay, you can find my
platforms.
Podcast is Think and Grow Rich Pod on Instagram. And on Instagram, my name is Raneshia Rich. And TikTok. I've been getting a little more on TikTok. Raneshia Rich.
Spell it for them on the board.
Oh, okay. Let me do that.
So y'all make sure y'all can find it unless Jonathan gonna tag it.
You can tag it because my handwriting is so ugly on here.
You doing good, teacher.
It's your girl. Ooh, that used to be my little. It's still my catchphrase, but that was my podcast name. It's your girl. Cause it's me.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Anything else you want to leave off with? What's a misconception you feel like people got of you?
They think I am mean or standoffish because I just don't mix and mingle. I'm not a mixy girl. I'm not mixy at all. It's like I know who and who not. Like I can kind of tell by the vibes, and I won't fake it. Like I'm not gonna pretend and act like I like you and I know I just don't fuck with you like that. I don't think you're a bad person. You just ain't my vibe. That's the same with me. And someone feel intimidated. It's like you're not my vibe. And if I'm not your vibe, baby, move accordingly. But hey, I move with intention. That's my lifestyle. Intention.
I'm so glad we met and we got to have this interaction.
Glad we met,
yes. Period. All right, so make sure you follow, like, share, subscribe. Make sure you follow my homegirl. And yeah, we're gonna wrap it up here. I'll catch y'all next time on the next episode. Peace.